Alright guys, so welcome to another video. Welcome to another Last of Us Part 2 video. I did complete my series and I have done a review, but I wanted to do something a little extra. I wanted to kind of do a character tier list, basically, where I go over my favorite characters, we rank them here together. I've set up this tier thing. I think you can do it as well if I share it with you. So let me know what you think of my character tier list. This is completely opinionated, obviously. Yeah, let me know your opinions. I'll be interested to see what everyone thinks of the different characters, because I know it's very divisive. Like, a lot of people hate Abby. A lot of people love Abby. A lot of people hate some of the characters with Abby. A lot of people love them. So, like, there's a lot of divisiveness in the community. So I think it's cool that we're going to get some different opinions on this. That doesn't mean we have to hate on each other. You know, we can all have different opinions. That's fine. So let's start off. We'll just go in order of the way that it's linked up here. So we're actually going to start with Abby. So that's kind of an interesting one. To me, personally, don't like her, okay? I get why people like her, and I get what the game was trying to do. But to me, personally, I could never get into her character. Like, I understand why she done the things that she did, but I don't know, I after what she did and what she continued to do throughout the game, I just couldn't be in her camp. I couldn't get to like her, and I ended up liking a lot of the characters in her storyline more than her, which we'll go over in the future here, which we'll go over when we're doing their tier or whatever. So there's S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. I don't like Abby, but I wouldn't say like that she's a terrible character. I don't think she's a bad character. This is based on more of my likability factor for me personally. So, and I do not like Abby. Dina, I do like Dina. I gotta say, I like Dina. I think I'd either put her in the A or the B tier. But I'll start with no, I'm gonna put her in A, actually. I'm gonna put Dina in A. I like her. She's cool. She was a great new character. She wouldn't be my favorite new character that they put in, but I like her. Alright, so next up is Ellie. And I mean, Ellie is Ellie. She gotta go in the S tier. While there was some moments where she kind of seemed like a little bit bratty or annoying in this game, I would say overall I still loved her character. I still loved her character arc. And in the end, I guess she did the right thing in the end, but like I do love Ellie a lot. She's one of my favorite video game characters along with Joel. So it's hard to put her anywhere other than S tier, even if she kind of had some questionable moments in this game. But I actually I don't agree with people that think like she was an asshole in this game or she was a terrible person in this game. I don't really agree with that. Like, I get that she kind of she was hell-bent on revenge, and that was what was in her mind. But after what happened, can you really blame her? Like, that shit was fucked. What happened to her was fucked. Isaac, I'll put him in the C. He was interesting enough, but I didn't really, like, we didn't see enough of him to get invested in his character or anything. I'll put him in C. He was pretty cool. Now, Jesse, I like Jesse, all right? Jesse was my favorite new character. I really like Jesse a lot. I'm going to put him in the A tier. I feel like I liked him more than Dina. I did like him more than Dina. I thought he came in super clutch in a couple of moments where he helped us out, and we had a couple of great moments with him there, like the one, the set piece in the car where you're kind of shooting the zombies that are chasing you, and the WLF as well. And that was really cool. I liked that a lot. And overall, he was just a great dude. He was never rude to us. He was never a cunt. He was always just a good sidekick. He was a top dude, I would say, and he never got in the way of Ellie and Dina either. So yeah, he's an A+ for Jesse. He's not quite in the S tier because we didn't like see enough of him, and he got shot right in the fucking cheek halfway through the game, which kind of sucked. But I really liked him. And now we've got Joel Miller. So Joel Miller to me is in the D tier, below Abby. I didn't really vibe with him at all. I'm joking. He's number one. Joel is number one. That's facts. Like, every Joel scene in this game was the best scene in the game. Like, every scene with Joel was the best. Like, every scene with Joel got me super emotional. I was nearly crying. And just, it made those moments with Ellie so powerful after his death as well. The way he died was really tough to take at the start, and I was upset with the game and the direction that it was taking. But then seeing those flashbacks, they were easily the best part of the game. Like, I loved Ellie's storyline outside of the flashbacks too, but the flashbacks just hit different, man. They really emotionally fuck with you, and they get to you. And I love that man with a passion, and I'd die for him. I'd die for Joel Miller. Even though he's already dead, I'd die for him, okay? Simple as that. Now, next one is Lev. I was about to call him Leb. So Lev. So Lev is a tough one because I don't know. I feel like Lev at times was used just to try and get Abby to be more likable. But Lev on his own was cool. Like, he was a cool character. I wouldn't say he was a bad character or anything. I don't know whether I'd have him. I think I'd probably have him in the B tier. Or maybe top of the C tier. So I don't feel like he'd done an awful lot, but I did like his storyline with his mother. That was pretty cool. But I was never like too invested in Lev as a character because I was always like, yeah, well, kind of just used to show that Abby's a good character because she helps the child or whatever. And that's kind of what I was thinking in my mind. But at the same time, Lev on his own was pretty cool. So I'll put him top of the C. And C, by the way, to me, guys, is like, I think they're cool. Like, I definitely prefer him to Isaac. Like, I'd probably put Isaac in the D, actually, like, just because we didn't really see enough of him. So I'll put Isaac in the D and I'll put Lev in the C. Manny. See, Manny, he was kind of funny and quirky and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, he spat on Joel's dead body, which was really fucking pissed me off. And in that fight, the sniper mission, I was really happy when Tommy shot him in the face. So I can't say that I like Manny, because like when Tommy shot him in the face, you can see my reaction on YouTube in my playthrough, but I was like, yeah, come on, let's go, Tommy, because like Tommy's just so fucking cool, and Manny, after what he did, it was hard to get. So I put probably Manny. I would say the bottom is C. I don't like, no, I'd put Manny in D, below Isaac, actually. So, yeah, I think we'd put him there. Marlene, she was only in this game for about 5 minutes, but it did kind of, I really liked her cameo in it. It showed a more human side to Marlene, I would say. I ended up, like, vibing with that scene quite a bit, even though that was the start of the Abby flashbacks and kind of when the game started to go a little bit downhill for me. I still like that scene with Marlene and Abby's dad. That was pretty cool because like you saw her, she was like, she really didn't want Ellie to die. She was doing it for the good of humanity, or what she thought was the good of humanity, and she was trying to put Jerry, Abby's dad, in Joel's shoes. And like she was saying, if that was your daughter, what would you do? And Jerry never answered the question. He kind of dodged around it, and then Abby came in and distracted everything. So, but yeah, I liked Marlene's cameo in this game. She's an interesting and complex character, and I liked her in the first. I liked her character in the first game, even though I disliked her as a person. You know, Mel, pregnant lady, Owen's girlfriend. I liked her. I'll put her in the B tier. I actually did like Mel. I liked Mel a lot more than I liked Abby, which is, I know a lot of people are gonna kind of hate on this because I have Abby so low here. I'd put Abby above Manny probably, but like. I don't know. I just could never get into her character. And I actually agreed with the shit that Mel was saying when Mel was like shitting on Abby. She was trash talking her. She was like, "You're a piece of shit, Abby." And like, I actually was like, "Yeah, Mel. I mean, I kind of agree with you here." And I never really disagreed with Mel on too much of anything. Like, I didn't think she was a bad character. I didn't think she seemed like the best person out of that crew. You know, she seemed like she actually had a heart, and her heart was in the right place, is what I should say. And yeah, I liked her. She was cool. Nora's the worst. Nora sucks. Fuck Nora. She's the worst. All right, she's definitely bottom of D, because I think you're meant to hate Nora, though. Like, you are not meant to like Nora, just because, like, when she's talking about Joel and she's like, "You hear his screams? I hear them every night. And yeah, that bitch got what he deserved." Because, like, you're meant to feel fucking anger when you're chasing her there. You're like, "Come on, let me get a hold of you, you little bitch." And I don't think that they ever really redeemed Nora on that kind of level like they tried to do with Abby. They never really tried to get you to like Nora. They just tried to humanize the other side, but I don't think they really tried to get you to like her, you know? Next up is Owen. And this is probably going to be a controversial one as well, but I actually really liked Owen. Like, as a character, I really liked him in The Last of Us Part 2. Again, a lot more than I liked Abby. Owen and Mel, I thought they were a decent couple. I put Owen at the top of B. Like, I liked him more than Mel for sure, but I didn't like him like as much as Dina. And I thought Owen in the WLF crew was always the reasonable one. He was kind of always thinking ahead and thinking about other things rather than just revenge or killing or violence. He was always thinking ahead and thinking like, what could be the consequences of this, and, you know, do we really need to do this? He was the one who wanted to keep Ellie and Tommy alive, and he was saying like, They didn't do anything, you know, even though that ended up backfiring on him and costing him his life. That shows his human side, and he definitely didn't. And I don't think he wanted what happened to Joel to happen to Joel either, like in that kind of way. He wanted to get revenge for sure, but like the way Abby did it and shit, I don't think that he really vibed with that. That's why he was like, "You're done." After Abby was like, and then she was like, "You want what I want, right?" And I'm just like, "Shut the fuck up, Abby." Oh, I feel like Owen in every argument with Abby was spot on as well. Like that's why I never ended up liking Abby, is I never really agreed with her arguments, and that's why I found it tough to get into her character. But Owen, I liked him in the flashbacks as well. He always seemed like a fun, kind of cool dude to be around. Now this is my MVP. Tommy. I wouldn't put him quite on that level of Joel and Ellie, obviously, because we just have so much history with Joel and Ellie. But Tommy is fucking awesome. I love Uncle Tommy. If you don't have Uncle Tommy in at least the A tier, then you're a bitch. You understand me? No, I'm serious. Like, any of these I could kind of understand if you had them changed around or anything. But Tommy, no. You have to have Tommy up there. Tommy's a legend, man. And I really liked his arc in this game as well. Like he was actually the one who started off going to Seattle and trying to get revenge for Joel, but at the same time he wanted to protect Ellie, right? But the stuff that he did, man, he murdered a couple people along the way. He fucking shot Manny right in the face. That was beautiful, man. He really shot Manny right in the skull. But I didn't feel bad about it at all. That's the thing. Like, I really didn't. But I just fuck with this character so much. When he got shot in the back of the head by Abby, that was the moment that I was like, holy shit, I really don't like this game, man. I really don't like it. Because I thought he was dead there and then. But then when he came back, I was like, fucking come on, baby. I was so hyped when we saw Tommy again. And then at the end, he was obviously upset at the end. He's lost pretty much everything. He had a divorce. He was divorced from Maria, or at least they're taking some time apart. He lost his brother. He lost Jesse. Him and Jesse were good friends, of course. He saw Jesse get shot in the face. So overall, it was just not a good time for Tommy. And he wanted Abby to pay for what she has done. Ellie made a promise, yada yada. But I understand where Abby and Abby. I just said Abby instead of Ellie. I just mixed Ellie and Abby's character names together and came up with Abby. We ship Abby, my friends. Holy shit, we ship Abby. Oh my god, dude. That's fucking funny. Oh, okay. Well, I should just give up talking now. So, yeah. Anyway, Tommy. Uncle Tommy's the best. I love him. And I loved him ever since the first scene with him in The Last of Us. And when he shot that guard in the head, I was like, come on, Tommy! Then you realized Sarah's dead and everything went fucking south from there. But this is the last character, Yara. I put her in the B tier, above Mel, below Owen. I liked her character. Definitely out of like that crew there, Abby, Lev, and Yara, I liked her the most. Yara was a good protector, good sister to Lev. And she clutched up and killed Isaac at the end and kind of saved Lev and Abby as well. Even though I wish she hadn't have saved Abby. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, overall, I just felt like Yara was pretty likable. And that's my character tier list. We got 3 in the S tier, Joel, Ellie, and Tommy, all from the first game. The 2 new characters on our side, Jesse and Dina in the A tier. And then we have 3 new characters as well. Well, all the rest are pretty much new characters. We got Owen, Yara, and Mel in the B tier. We got Lev and Marlene. Marlene is an old character, of course, in the C tier. And then we got Isaac, Abby, Manny, and Nora in the D tier. All of the other characters were kind of irrelevant, or I couldn't get a picture for him or something like that. Like, not relevant enough to put in this discussion anyway. Maria, I probably would have had in the C tier as well, or something like that. I like Maria. She came in clutch there as well. But yeah, that's my view of the character tier list. If we had Seth in here, I'd put him in the S tier. No, I'd put Seth down here beside Nora. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game, and I really enjoy talking about the game as well, because I know it's really fucking divisive and a lot of people have different thoughts on it. It's really interesting to hear everyone's opinions on it. I don't like when people are just like, the game is amazing, there's nothing wrong with it, or like, the game's fucking shit, it sucks. Like, you gotta look at it a bit more in depth than that, I feel like, and just kind of take it as it is and just look into it and kind of play it for yourself. If you haven't played it, I'd recommend playing it for yourself, you know, just to kind of see what you think overall. Because I think that the gameplay, the level design, the graphics, and everything are all like 10 out of 10. So even if you don't like the story, you're still going to enjoy the experience, I feel like. I'm playing, going through my second playthrough right now, and I'm having a blast. So yeah, it's just a fun game to play in general. The stealth there and the tension while you're going from place to place, trying to avoid people or trying to kill people along the way is beautiful. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this little character tier video. I thought I'd do it and just have a little bit of fun. Why not? Just because, you know, I'm bored and I'm going to go play some video games. Thanks for watching. It's been my pleasure to serve you.